Welcome everyone to our brand new season of St. Louis Presents.
How are you, Debbie?
Great.
You know, when I was driving to the studio today, I really noticed for the first time I was enjoying the fall colors. I hope you're enjoying the season.
Absolutely beautiful, and it's good that the weather has been nice and that the colors have been great because baseball season is over, so
Yes.
St. Louis has to think about other ways to spend the fall, right?
Well, there's always Halloween. That's coming up. Are you a Halloween fan? Do you dress up and all that?
You know, I like Halloween, but I'm too busy to put so much thought behind it. So my kids don't get crafty mom, they get let's go to Johnny Brock's mom.
Well, I had an idea. You know, it's a political season and everything. So I thought maybe, I don't know, you could go as Hillary, I could go as Donald. I think I see Bernie Sanders over there. It's just an idea.
Well, I think the Donald Trump costumes are going to be very popular this year.
I think so too.
Fortunately, neither of my children have chosen that as theirs.
Right. Well, you know, speaking of politics, a little later in the show, we're going to talk to the city treasurer about this program that I think is just so interesting. They're setting up college funds for kindergartners, and then there are ways that they can increase that and incentives and things so that young kids will have a college education eventually. It's one of the best ideas I've heard in a long time.
It is a really interesting program, so we'll learn more about that. And there's also two great events that are going on November 14th that both involve kids and just do amazing things. And so we'll talk about Butterfly Dreams Pageants and also Circus Harmony having their big juggling ball.
I know a lot about Circus Harmony. That's a great organization.
It really is.
And now you're more tech savvy than me, I know. And we're going to do a segment on cyber, things that happen, cybercrime and insurance for cybercrime.
Right, because if you're a business and your customers get hacked, who's on the line for that? Maybe you. So we'll talk about all that and more coming up on this edition of St. Louis Presents. Stay with us.
There.
Now, most of us have some form of insurance, whether it's medical, home insurance, life insurance, but what about cyber liability?
As we increase our dependence on the internet, we also up our risks. So here to tell us more about cyber risks and how we can protect ourselves is J.D. Powers, the president of Powers Insurance and Benefits. Hi, J.D. Why does your name sound familiar to me?
I don't know. You tell me.
J.D. Power. Okay.
You know, JD,
I'm not the J.D. Power.
Yeah, he's not that one.
Oh.
In the last, I think, year and a half, I have gotten 3 or 4 new sets of credit cards because I have been involved somehow in different places that I've gotten hacked. And so this is something that more and more Americans are having to deal with and wondering if somebody's using their credit information. But we don't always think about the companies that are affected. If I own a business and my customer base gets hacked, I'm on the hook for that, right? People are going to come after me.
You are. You know, it's oftentimes companies believe because they outsource to vendors that they are protected, but you're the face to the customer base, so your reputation's on the line if there is a cyber breach.
So what does the cyber liability insurance actually do, or what does it cover, and who should have this?
Well, who should have it is basically any business that interacts with customers, any business that has employees, because they're going to have employee confidential information as well. The coverage is going to protect them anywhere from protecting their reputation. So they're going to hire a PR firm to fight the negative publicity. You're going to have a consultant that basically sets up a call center to field upset employees as well as customers, to limit the amount of lawsuits, hopefully. And then, of course, it's going to provide defense costs and any settlements that arise out of the cyber breach.
I'm sorry. One of the important points about this, too, is that, like big companies, you know, there was a big grocery chain earlier this year that was in the news that were hacked and it caused all kind of problems. Of course, that's a big multi-million-dollar company. But when this kind of thing happens to maybe the small businessman, it's a whole different story for them, isn't it?
It is. It's going to have the same effect. You won't be in the big national headlines, but you'll definitely have local attention.
But I mean, isn't it harder for a small business person to handle it financially, where a big company might be able to absorb that kind of thing?
Yeah, big time. Small businesses, the owner wears a lot of hats, so to lose time is the most valuable thing, but also money to hire attorneys and so on and so forth. It'll be a tremendous blow to their company and could potentially put them out of business.
Well, and I've heard that even some of those larger companies that we've mentioned and some of the biggest stores and retail chains in the country have gone through this in the last couple of years, that even those companies don't really have as much insurance as they should for the liability of something like this. Would you agree?
I would agree that was the case a couple years ago. I think they've really reconsidered how they evaluate it now.
How does this affect the customer? Me as the customer, I understand how, like, this small business person, this would be an insurance that would be really interesting to them. But as a customer, am I concerned about that?
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, even though it is the business owner that could go out of business as a result, it is the customer that's being directly impacted because it's their information that's being stolen.
Well, how serious is cybercrime? Is that too simplistic a question? I don't know.
It's the new form of bank robbery.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
It's certainly on the horizon of becoming one of the largest exposures of any business, and there are plenty of other insurance coverages that businesses purchase that are less likely to result in a claim. So to me, it's a no-brainer to evaluate your options and add cyber liability as part of your coverage.
So are most businesses then completely unprotected? Because I imagine a lot of businesses would assume that if they have some kind of insurance or something that it would cover this, and then they find out, unfortunately, that it doesn't. Is that safe to say?
Yeah, so I would say some businesses think their general liability policy would have some coverage, but if it has any amount of coverage, it's going to be a very small amount and have little impact.
When we're talking about the cybercrime, we're talking about terms I've heard. I already admitted I'm not that tech savvy, but phishing and hacking. What specifically is happening to these companies that's putting them in these vulnerable situations?
Well, phishing is a big one. You have basically these hackers know who you're connected with, so they use these shadow emails, but to you it looks like it's coming from a friend or a vendor, and you open it, and all of a sudden you are breached.
Or somebody just hacks into your system and takes all your information from your customers and makes their own credit cards.
Right, so as a customer, that's what I'm worried about, is I might be doing business with the small business down the road, but all of a sudden somebody else has got my credit card number.
Yeah, I think it's, I hope it's on the business owner's mind, but I think it's very much on the customer, consumer-based mind because of all the big headlines that have been going on. So I think they would feel more comfortable knowing that who they do business with has coverage for it, because it's going to have significant financial and emotional harm to them to repair their credit, and ultimately it's the customer who is seriously affected financially, and it's going to take a lot of time to investigate. And
well, people who are business owners should certainly be checking their policies, trying to figure out what they're covered for, but they should certainly investigate further. With powersinsurance.com is a good place to start to get some information about cyber liability insurance. And J.D. Powers, we appreciate the time here today, and we certainly hope that business owners take advantage of this information and protect themselves and their customers. Thanks for being with us.
thank you.
All right, well, we've got a lot more to come, so we're going to take a quick break here, and when we come back, just stay with us right here on St. Louis Presents.
When you throw away money on wasted electricity, you're throwing away everything you could have bought with it. Saving energy saves you money. Learn more at energysavers.gov.
G Morning Sunshine. Wakey, wakey. Text me. Are your parents home later? We can hang. LUV, love you. JK. Holla back. Holla back. Holla back. Are you with your friends? That's lame. We're in a huge fight right now. XO. What'd you dream about? Something I did. Are you on your way to the mall? I'm lonely. Nude pics. Send me some. Text me.
Welcome back. My next guest is affectionately known as Mama Butterfly. By combining her love of pageantry and special needs, she was inspired to create Butterfly Dreams Pageants. Please welcome Syndi Sills. Syndi, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
And now you have this lovely young woman sitting next to you who happens to be, if I'm not mistaken, the 2014 Missouri Teen Butterfly Dreams Queen, Kelly Fant. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
It is so. Now you have a trophy that you brought with. I have never. Can we get a shot of this trophy? Because I never had a trophy that big in my whole life. So congratulations on winning that.
Thank you to me for me.
Now coming up on November 14th is going to be the next pageant for 2015, and I know Kelly will be there to crown the new queen. Syndi, what was your inspiration for this pageant? Because it sounds completely inspirational.
My inspiration was my brother. He was the light of my life, and we grew up together. He had Down syndrome, and he left this world in 2009. I say that he traded in his butterfly wings for angel wings. And I missed him so much, and I just felt like there was an emptiness inside of me. When we were younger, we used to do pageants together, and we would do talent shows and everything else. So it just seemed natural to offer this opportunity to others like my brother.
Now you say that this is a pageant for individuals who are differently abled.
Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Now there was also a talent portion to the pageant, so I have to ask Kelly, what did you do last year for your talent portion?
Okay, that's me.
Did you sing? Did you dance?
I like to sing.
Excellent.
What song did you sing?
Courageous.
Courageous.
Well, you certainly are, and lovely too. So November 14th at DeSmet,
Yes.
that's where it'll be. So first of all, what do you need still? Do you need people to come and see it? Do you need sponsors? What can we do to get the word out? Because this is your third annual, correct?
Yes. All of the above. We need sponsors, of course, because this is completely volunteer-run organization. Nobody gets paid. We all do it just for the joy and the smiles that it provides our girls and boys. And it is for guys as well. We need PALS. PALS stands for Person Assisting with Love. And that's our version of a buddy, like with the Special Olympic. They're teamed up with someone, and they spend the entire event with them, and they go into the judges' room with them. And she had fun with her pal. They make crafts together and take pictures, but we do need guy pals really bad. And of course, volunteers and an audience, because how can you have this kind of a show without a supportive, encouraging audience?
Is that Kelly and her pal that we're looking at on the screen right now, or is that you?
That's
I can't
me.
tell.
Who's that?
Cindy. I was due with her.
That's right. That's right after she won. And of course, my husband also works with special needs, so it's just, my life is surrounded by it. He has a martial art company that they teach special needs as well, and he works with them as well.
Now, how did you initially get the word out about this? Because you're going into your third year of doing this. So the first
Right.
year you come up with this idea, how did you even find enough people to compete in the pageant?
I tell you what, one person finds out in the special need community and it's wildfire. It just spreads like crazy. Our first one was in Illinois, and we had several group homes that participated, and they told people, but then we also go and do different events as well. We go to baseball games, or we'll go to the Down syndrome buddy walk, or anything like that, wherever we can go to get the word out, because it's really just about giving them opportunities to learn life skills. That's what Butterfly Dreams is.
And also an opportunity for the rest of us to get involved too,
Yes.
because I'm not sure if your life isn't touched by someone with special special needs, you're not quite sure, how do I interact? What do I do?
Exactly. It's basically shattering the glass ceiling, teaching inclusion and acceptance. These kids, we tell them to showcase their abilities, not be defined by their disabilities. And when people get involved, they can see that they really are. Just like you and me, they do the same things, maybe just a little bit more challenged, but they have it.
And you were telling me that aside from all the volunteers, so many people get involved, like DeSmet giving you the space, and then people who are donating the actual clothing that the kids can shop for their pageant wear.
Yes, we try to keep this as cost effective, actually free as possible for all of our participants and parents, because the parents spend more than enough money all year long on their medicines and their therapy. But we get people to donate dresses so that they have a beautiful dress to wear for the pageant, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And then their only cost is a donation to Toys for Tots. We ask them to bring one toy, put it in the toy box with the Marine, and that way they realize their value in society. We already know they're valuable, but then they realize it as well.
Well, I understand that last year, the event was sold out.
Yes.
So we would encourage people to get tickets for this event now if they would like to attend. If they would like to be a pal, they have that opportunity. Any room still for contestants?
We do actually have a little bit of room left in, I believe, the Little Miss, the Teen, her division, and a few older divisions as well. And the guys, too, our escorts. We have room for escorts.
And we're looking right now at butterflydreams.org is the place to go online to get all of that information. And again, the pageant itself will be November 14th at DeSmet Jesuit High School. Syndi and Kelly, thank you so much for coming and telling us more about this.
Can we give you one thing? You want to give her what you brought?
Yes, from
Thank you. This is for me. All right.
So you have your very own Butterfly
There we go.
Dreams t-shirt.
My own Butterfly Dream shirt. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank
and good luck queening the new crown.
Oh, thank you. I may.
All right. Well, Steve Potter has some news for us, so let's toss it over to Steve.
Thanks, Debbie. Dreams are good. Well, if you have unpaid taxes from 2014, you still have time to take advantage of Missouri's tax amnesty program. Through November 30th, taxpayers can settle unpaid taxes that were due before December 31st, 2014 without having to pay penalties or interest. Amnesty payments and forms must be postmarked by Monday, November 30th. For more information, visit dor.mo.gov. That's .gov. November is National Adoption Awareness Month. The St. Louis City Family Court Juvenile Division is hosting a kickoff event to raise awareness and encourage adoption among new adoptive parents as well as foster parents. The event will feature families speaking about their experiences with the foster care system and adoption, as well as agencies on hand to provide information and answer questions about fostering and adopting. The event takes place November 2nd from 4 until 6 p.m. at the Missouri History Museum. To find out more information about adoption at any time, you may call the Foster and Adoptive Care Coalition at 800-FOSTER-3. And Guns and Hoses returns to its traditional date of Thanksgiving Eve this year. The annual boxing event is the Backstoppers' biggest fundraiser, benefiting families of police, firefighters, and EMS workers killed in the line of duty. This year's event will take place Wednesday, November 25th, 6:30 p.m. at the Scott Trade Center. For more information, visit stlgunsandhoses.com. And now we're going to send it back to Debbie, and I understand, Debbie, you had some circus fun recently.
I sure did. I was lucky to have a chance to visit Circus Harmony earlier this week and find out what they have to offer in their upcoming gala. Take a look. We are at City Museum. I'm with the Artistic Executive Director of Circus Harmony, Jessica Hentoff. And of course, Circus Harmony is St. Louis's only social circus school that has cranked out some amazing circus talent now going all over the world. Now, Jessica, it takes a lot to keep a school like this together, and there is tuition, there's classes that need to be paid for, but a lot of kids who cannot necessarily pay for those classes that will be helped by an event that you have coming up in just a couple of weeks.
We have our juggling ball. It's our 3rd annual juggling ball. It's the most exciting event in St. Louis. It's an evening, an elegant evening of dining, dancing, drinking, and daring. We hold it right here at City Museum in the Architectural Hall on the 3rd floor across from our wing. And our students will give people backstage tours of the circus. We'll do a special show. There'll be strolling entertainment. They'll see new acts that we're preparing for our big annual show in January. But mostly, they'll be helping children to fly. They'll be giving them wheels. We have over 70% of the kids that we work with are not of means and cannot pay for classes, and their classes are supplemented. We have a program called Wheels to Wings where we actually go to their schools and pick them up in our special circus shuttle bus and bring them here for circus training. So it'll support that program. Circus Harmony is primarily a social circus. That's what we do, is we use circus arts to build character in individuals. And so many people wanted to take classes that we became a recreational circus also. You can just come and take a class. Anybody from age 3 to 88 is our oldest student. As you know, she takes trapeze. But along the way, we became one of the top pre-professional schools in America. People come literally from around the world to train and intern with us because of our social circus and just regular circus programming. Social circus is a growing phenomenon, the way circus schools are. And to make this non-competitive, athletic, creative, performing art available to all the children of St. Louis. And the cool thing is, this is the only art school of any kind, performing art school, where the kids perform hundreds of shows. And in fact, even when they practice in this glass ring, which was built for us by Bob Castley, so people can watch them practice and watch their progress and watch them grow up before their very eyes.
Well, there's the information, circusharmony.org. And Steve, Jessica is not joking when she talks about how influential Circus Harmony has been, because they have this partnership with this Arab-Israeli circus that they formed about, 8 years ago.
They go every year, don't they?
That was so there's a documentary called Circus Kids, featuring the Circus Harmony kids, and then this brand new book has come out that talks about some of the arches who, like this guy right here, Sidney Bateman, is now traveling the world, kid from North St. Louis. And anyway, this amazing book about Circus Harmony and their incredible program.
I'm a big fan, and I look forward to their part in Circus Flora every year, too.
Absolutely.
I think they're great.
Well, there's a new program that's launching this fall, and it's designed to make college more accessible to kids in the city of St. Louis.
College Kids is a children's savings account program developed by the City of St. Louis Treasurer's Office.
And joining us right now is our City Treasurer, Tishaura Jones, to tell us more about the program. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Now,
I'm sorry, Dad, I was just going to say, from the minute I read about this just the other day, I thought, what a great idea.
Thank you. Thank you. It's good to invest in our children early.
Now tell us in a nutshell, what is this College Kids program?
So next month, every kindergartner in a public school within the city limits will receive a college savings account opened in their name, loaded with $50 from the treasurer's office. And then they'll get incentives and matches to watch that account grow, like $1 per week bonus for perfect attendance, up to $50 for financial education courses, either in person, online, or via a phone app, and a dollar for dollar match savings up to $100.
There's so many positive things about this, but you got the idea. I think they're doing this in San Francisco. Are they? Is this done very many places?
Yes, absolutely. San Francisco Treasurer Jose Cisneros has been doing this for 6 years now. His oldest cohort is in the 5th grade.
Okay, so some people might say, why not just open a Most 529 account for your kid instead? Why do we need a College Kids program?
So we're targeting low-income and moderate-income families, and there are certain barriers to the 529 account program. Number one, you need a bank account in order to contribute to or continue to contribute to the account. And a lot of families in St. Louis are unbanked or underbanked. So this is part of a comprehensive program, not only to give children access to college and have them think about it early, but also to have families think about accessing safe and affordable products.
Yeah, and the truth of the matter is, no matter how much money your family has, not all people are good at saving and planning ahead. And this kind of pushes people in the right direction and gives them encouragement to be proactive. Exactly.
Research done by Washington University, they've been doing this research all over the world, shows that children who have savings less than $500 are 3 times more likely to go to college and 4 times more likely to complete college.
So this is an account that will get free money, as you said, put in it for you. Are the parents also, or grandparents, can people then clearly be putting money into and help the kids to watch that account grow and grow?
Absolutely. Anyone can give to their child's account once it's opened. And we're also raising the money for the match and incentives privately and publicly. We've received major gifts from the Deaconess Foundation, Wells Fargo, Enterprise, and recently Emerson Electric.
What I think the best thing about this is it's not just a handout. You're giving them money, but then you encourage them, like I said before, to be proactive and to work and to add to it. And I don't know, I think it would be something that would rub off on maybe other family members too, as far as saving and looking to the future.
Yeah, absolutely. This is targeted at people changing their behaviors when it comes to finances.
We could all use a little help.
Well, and you mentioned that a lot of the families that will be benefiting for this are underbanked or don't have bank accounts at all. So it's a great way for kids to understand how accounts grow and how to save money. But also, I imagine a lot of kids, they don't grow up seeing everyone around them going to college. It probably doesn't occur to them. So now with 5-year-olds, you're going to be planting that seed about go to college.
Yeah, absolutely. And we learn a lot of our banking habits from our parents, good or bad. So if grandma kept her money in her bosom or under her mattress, so will we. So we're trying to change that trajectory of using safe and accessible banking products via the credit union. That's our major partner, which is First Financial Federal Credit Union, to help families start to think about saving their money and also using banking products for their everyday needs.
Yeah, you said it's been going on in San Francisco for 5 or 6 years. Yes. What are the results that you've seen there?
So over 1,200 families are saving over $1.2 million of their own money in these accounts in San Francisco, and the average family has an income of $40,000 or less.
With all due respect to you, because you're in government, I want to say there are lots of times I think government uses money that I kind of shake my head at. This seems like the smartest $50 you could spend.
Absolutely, absolutely. And because I'm the treasurer, I'm the parking czar. And so we're using residual parking revenue to open the account. So every time you put money in a parking meter or pay a parking ticket, you're helping to send a kid to college.
And so if this College Kids program, as you said, it goes through the treasurer's office and is, I guess, banked ultimately at a credit union, does that then give those families a chance to develop some good credit, open accounts, and then start banking? Because a lot of families have had bad credit, and that's the reason they kind of avoid banks.
Yes, absolutely. The First Financial Federal Credit Union has a different kind of mission than your typical bank or large financial institution, and they'll be able to help families connect them to the right products, hopefully to be able to rebuild their credit and to start to gain assets and other things related to their financial health.
This will be something exciting to watch, like in 10, 15 years when these kids start to become college age. That's when when it's really going to pay off.
Absolutely. And this is an investment that we're making today that will pay off for many years to come.
And just so we're clear on this, every kindergartner attending school in the city of St. Louis will get this unless their parents say they don't want to participate, correct?
Absolutely. It's at every kindergartner in a public school, so that's St. Louis Public Schools and St. Louis Charter Schools.
That's like 3,500 kids, right?
Absolutely, yes.
All right, so that's going to be a great way to track the progress of kids and hopefully get them thinking of college and saving money as well. Thank you so much for telling us more about the College Kids program.
Thank you for having me.
It's a great idea.
Thank you.
And if you want to get more information, if you're wondering, does my kid get one? How do I participate? There's the website right there on the screen. And again, that is launching in November. And the Treasurer Tishaura Jones is joining us. We certainly...
I was just going to say, I'm going to start getting more parking tickets so I can support this.
Thank you.
Yes, I am. I am.
Well, we hope you enjoyed this episode of St. Louis Presents, and we will see you next time.
Thanks for watching.